That is a great movie. Double D. All right, guys, can I get a sound check, please? A mic check. Is my volume okay? Please type 11 if you can hear me without any kind of hindrance. All right. I'm getting double microphones from Monica. Okay. All right. Gonna give people here 10 more seconds to fill out the poll, and we will be off to the races. I prefer louder. I think that's as loud as it goes without me going full Jerry Seinfeld into the microphone. I'm sure this week it's gonna be some verkackt weirdness, that's for sure. All right, turn it up to 11, man. All right. So what did you guys think? 47% of you are believing we get the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I'm somewhere between holy moly, hang on to your pantaloons, and zombie apocalypse. They think they're definitely going to turn it up to 11. All right. Well, welcome to all of our open house attendees. This is what we do every week, either at 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern, to get ready for the market. So let's take a look first here at our futures markets and currencies. The dollar index, as you can see here on the 2 and 4 hour chart, has given us an upthrust after distribution here, a set of lower highs and lower lows, and a big, ugly turnaround bar reversal with an evening star. It looks to me like the dollar is under pressure. VIX futures look ready to explode. My goodness. Okay. 20 spot 30. S&P futures are up 1.25, 57, 59, 75. Up 3 basis points on a percentage basis. Nasdaq. What am I, from Chicago? Nasdaq futures up 34.25 at 20,187.75. Up 17 basis points on a percentage basis. The 10-year yield still stubbornly over 4.25 here. 4 spot 308, down almost 1% here. The 2-year yield, we still remain like stubbornly with about a 15 basis point spread between the 2 and the 10. Can you imagine if we inverted again? The two-year yield up 1.09% at 4.165. The Bitcoin has been absolutely crazy. Well, you want volatility this week? Just trade a little Bitcoin, see what happens. Bitcoin at 68,874, up 136. This one's gonna be a wild week for Bitcoin. Crude up 1.44%. Gold also all over the place. We'll see what happens. I mean, are we getting some sort of disjointed head and shoulders here, or the end of a two-wave corrective with a curling wedge reversal? We shall see. Stay tuned tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. 27.48 down 1 point or 0.4%. Nat gas down 2.70%. Silver, we're still on that silver trade. It's been good to us. Down 11 basis points on a percentage basis. All right. Okie dokie. What kind of chart is that? It's the charts I use when I'm really freaking tired. It's just an open, high, low, close chart. You guys are having a hard time. I'll switch here in a second. All right, let's go ahead and look at the calendar for the week. All right. Where did my calendar go? Yeah, it's always during an open house where I can't find anything. One second. Stand by. Monica, play elevator music for me here. Maybe a little Jeopardy. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there we go. There it is. Where did you think you were going? All right, here's our calendar for the week. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you all set? All right, so we're light on the data tomorrow. We may be on the precipice of Western civilization, and 2 additional days away from an FOMC decision. However, the macro data tomorrow is light. We've got factory orders at 10 a.m. and then a 3-year note auction at 1 that might move the market. Internationally, we have China PMI composite that's later 8:45 Eastern. As far as Tuesday, we've got 8:30 a.m. International Trading Goods and Services. Red Book sales at 8:55 and an ISM Services Index at 10. At 1 o'clock, we have a 10-year note auction. And after the market close, the API crude oil data. The 10-year note auction is definitely going to move the market, especially into Wednesday and Thursday. All right. So we've got Wednesday a MBA mortgage application, 9:45 a.m. The PMI composite final and an EA petroleum status report at 10. 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. in case that 10-year note auction wasn't enough for fun and profit. We're getting the FOMC announcement on Thursday this week. Always feels kind of weird when you get an FOMC on Thursday, doesn't it? Just like shakes me up a little bit. Anyways, does anyone know why we're having a Thursday decision instead of Wednesday? It's like super annoying. It is what it is. Jobless claims 8:30, productivity costs at 8:30 a.m. as well. And then at 10 a.m. we've got wholesale inventories followed by another EA nat gas report at 10:30. 4-week bill auction 11:30. 2 p.m. the FOMC announcement. I got to look at the Fed futures chart, see what it says. I guess the market's still betting on a 25 basis point rate cut. At 2:30 we've got the Kansas City Shuffle Extraordinaire, the Fed Chair press conference with Jerome the Metronome Powell leading the way, our fearless banking leader, letting us know what's what. And then 3 p.m. consumer credit. Absolutely zero people will be looking at that print when it comes out, I'm sure. Friday, we've got Michigan consumer sentiment. 10 a.m., we've got Michigan inflation expectations. And Michelle Bowman at 11, followed by a 1 p.m. Baker Hughes rate count. Amber and Monica will be standing by on the side of the finish line with Gatorade lemonades and inhalers for those of you who need them. I certainly will. Maybe we should have, what do you call those things with the paddles for people with heart attacks? What do they call them? I feel like they after this week we might really need them. Okay, in terms of conferences, the answer is nobody cares, but I'll just go over some of these. We have an APEC healthcare conference, and we usually pay attention to conferences, but this week is clearly all about the White House, the ensuing chaos post-election, potential chaos post-election, and the FOMC decision. But we have a Goldman Sachs APEC healthcare conference on Tuesday. By the way, do you guys know if Banana Split's out this week? She's in Hawaii, right? Wednesday we've got Jeffries. I looked through this early. This is the calendar equivalent of like Polly String Cheese, just not very sexy. The conferences for this week at all. Earnings wise, we've got some important ones. Okay, so we got Marriott Monday morning, DigitalOcean. Okay. Freshpet FRPT. I'm still in that freaking FRPT from when did we get in it? Like May, June. So I have such a huge cushion. I'm just gonna hold through it. We got after the close Cleveland Cliffs, Hims and Hers, Palantir. Navitas Lattice, NXP. Tuesday, before the open, ADM, Apellis, Apollo, Ferrari, aka Race, Builders First Source. And after the close, everybody's favorite demonic name, Supermicro. We got Devon Energy, Copang, Microchip, Exact Sciences, and iRobot. Wednesday, Celsius, CVS Health, Aurora, Teva, Toyota, Johnson Controls, and American Electric Power. That one's been, not to sound tautological and redundant, but certainly powerful. And after the close, the one we've all been waiting for, ARM, Qualcomm, Alf, Clover, AppLovin, Mercado Libre, IonQ, and of course AMC. Hopefully this time Adam Aaron is able to keep his pants on during the call. Thursday, we've got Vistra, Moderna, Barrick, Datadog, Halliburton, Kamiko, Asparian, Hershey, and after the close, the venerable DraftKings, Arista, Block, aka Square, dumbest name change in the history of name changes, Rivian, Unity, the Trade Desk, AFRM, Fortinet, Pinterest, and Airbnb. Holy Toledo, we got a lot of earnings. Boy, this week is going to be so freaking crazy. Oh my God, it's going to be so crazy. All right, so let's take a look at some of my notes here. In terms of other catalysts, we have analyst quiet periods expiring for KinderCare Learning, Upstream Bio, Star Fashion Culture, SKK, and Zeker Intelligent. That's a Zulu Kilo. And then we're going to be on earnings watch for Palantir. We have October factory orders all day on Monday. And then AVGO Broadcom, I'm still long Broadcom, will hold its VMware Explorer event in Barcelona, or Barcelona if you're a real obnoxious person. Don't you hate it when Americans say, oh, I just went to Barcelona? Oh man, just give it up. Let's see what else we got here. We got Dr. Reddy's all day been trading on a split adjusted basis following their 5-for-1 stock split. The healthcare sector will be on high alert for potential abstracts and drug data being released for the Society of Immunology and Cancer and ASH conferences planned for later this year. So we could have a lot of movement there. On Wednesday, we got ARM, Qualcomm, Guild, Melly, Celsius, Take-Two Interactive, and Play. I'm still long Take-Two from last week. And then in terms of investor events, there's a Future of AI conference in London with speakers from Google, DeepMind, Microsoft, Eli Lilly, set to participate. And that Celsius call will be held on Wednesday morning. Updates from management on a distribution deal with PepsiCo could be key. Also comments on the fact that some of their ingredients may in fact kill you very quickly. I think that would be great if they would address that. Thursday, we've got Lucid Group. We'll open up customer orders with Lucid Gravity. Orders will be initially taken for the Grand Touring trim, price at $94,000. Okay, sure. NXPI will be having semiconductor maker extraordinaire. We'll have an in-person investor day on Thursday. The event is for buy-side institutional investors and sell-side equity analysts. We'll have a Q&A session with the company's senior leadership team. At 8:30 a.m., the Bank of England will make its interest rate policy announcement. The Federal Reserve will make their policy-making statement at 2 p.m., followed by Jerome Powell, who will be holding the press conference at 2:30. That should be wild. Friday, we got Molina Healthcare Investor Day event and the World Agricultural Supply Demand Estimates, the WASDE estimates report will be released by the World Agricultural Outlook Board. So that is what we got going on this week as far as catalysts and calendar are concerned. All right. Un segundo, por favor. I forgot to add something. One second, guys. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the market here. So I'll start with the dollar index. Let's go to the daily. So this is a wild move. Um, Everybody's watching that 21 around 103 spot 52. Okay. The dollar's been trending higher now, consolidating for about a week. Okay. That's really going to correlate very highly with Bitcoin, which, as you guys can see here, is on the precipice of either triggering a gnarly buy setup through 69,354. Okay, if the dollar breaks out here, it's going to really present a formidable headwind, in my opinion, before the election. And if Trump wins, I expect a tertiary leg here in Bitcoin into our $91,000 target. If it's uncertain or Kamala Harris takes it, okay, I'm expecting a very quick and sudden move back to 58,000. Okay, so we're just in a bullish consolidation here. Crude. So our long level on crude was 69 and a quarter. Okay, you broke out. You have an inside bar. Now everybody's watching 71.60. That's the level to watch. Your new support level 69 and a quarter. Gold. Okay, gold. I don't like this one bit. Your inside bar breakdown here 27.42. Your 21, 27, 22. Okay, this move is now looking a little bit longer in the tooth. I expect to pull back to 27.08. That being said, like we really have to watch. We really have to watch the dollar. Okay, it's all about the dollar here. Nat gas. Oh, I can't trade nat gas, man. I can't trade these charts. This looks like it's most likely coming in back to 22.40 or something like a 2-spot 240. Silver. The flag already technically broke down, but if you draw a regression channel here, okay, you'll see that while we may have broken this mid-channel consolidation here with a turnaround bar and a follow-through day, you're still very much holding the bottom of the regression channel. So not a lot of technical damage has been done, and you're still in a highly bullish context. Okay. All right. So that is the situation there. As far as our swings, let me go to the swings. Okay. Active swings. Gato. We're in this one from like, was it 15 something, 15.10? We took profits into the 20 handle. Beautiful, just beautiful move. I'm still holding a small runner here to see if we hold the daily 21, reconsolidate and go. AVGO. AVGO has to hold the lower VWAP anchor at 164.40. So we'll see what happens there. Reddit, I took we were nicely in the money on this trade off the ascending triangle break. I left like 300 shares on, and I think this is going to 150 next. FRPT has earnings this week. We've been in this one forever, since the mid 80s, and if we crack 144, I'm expecting that move to 188, 185 or so. Oddity Tech is just consolidating here. As long as it holds 37, I'll still be in the trade. INSM, still in it to win it. We got in around 50 and rode the dragon into the 80s. I got less than a quarter left, and I'm letting this one work. Lulu. Lulu is almost at target, guys. Lulu is almost at target. We took it in the 280s and looking for 337. Okay, 337 final target. Looks really, really nice. When do we go along Lulu? I can't even remember. Anyways, it was back here, right, in the 280 break, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It looks great. Palo Alto, this is another one where we took it around 340. Sold most into the double top. Now I'm looking to see if we get the curling wedge reversal and the move to 400. Carvana shouldn't be here. I took this one off. Finally, we started this trade in the 128 handle. I remember, freaking crazy. Look at Carvana go. What a name. What a guy. MSTR that shouldn't be here. I'm out of this one. Talk about a beautiful move. Took it off 187. Sold it this last week in the 260s. Fantastic. Rocket Lab, I'm still in it. This was an Eddie idea here through the break of 1030. Nice look, Eddie. And CRM, still in it. Looking for us to take out top of value at 307 and then potentially 318. So that's the ISRG never triggered for me. ISRG, I think we had a buy stop right here, right through 518.83. The stop was under 495, and we're looking for a big move. So, yeah, ISRG. I still have an order for it. Okay, so that is what we got going on. All right. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about NASDAQ leadership here. Let me go to the 4 charts and get rid of this pre-market junk. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. Look at Disney. This one's looking ready to go. Okay. Let's take a look here, my friends. Tesla, I'm seeing a lot of different opinions on Tesla. The Trump administration is friendly toward Elon, but they could be facing, looking down the barrel of a trade war with China if Donald Trump is the victor of the election. On the other hand, if Kamala Harris wins, Elon Musk is not exactly a friend of the current Biden administration. It's hard to say which way this is going. What I'll tell you is, in terms, and again, guys, I'm not making any kind of political endorsement saying these things. I'm just talking about my perception of how market participants are viewing this sort of thing. Okay, so please put your pencils and pens away. No need to write me an angry email. In terms of gamma exposure, okay, open interest and orders, you've got, some strong put support on 240, okay, and a call wall at 260. Okay, that's basically the general Tesla zeitgeist. If you get through 275 here, so that the monthly inside bar breakout, was it 273.54. Expect fireworks in a bullish way. Okay, Mr. Softy, Microsoft. This looks freaking terrible. You're ledging here on the weekly. Microsoft really unable to impress post earnings report, and if they crack this weekly ledge, a move to 378 would not surprise me whatsoever. Lorenzo, can you ask me tomorrow after the close, and we can get into that? Okay. All right. So. All right. So that's Mr. Softy. Amazon, I like it. Amazon, you've got a little bit of an abandoned baby there, sort of on the day. But notice how well they just defended the level despite market weakness. Had a whole lot of volume with big down volume versus up volume on the day on Friday, and they just really couldn't get this under 197. So if we get a piercing reversal on Monday where we open low and we quickly take out the highs in Amazon at $200.50, call it $266. So $200.66. Okay, you could have a really powerful move in Amazon. I am watching this one carefully. So, yeah, is he done selling TDB? That's been a real headwind for Amazon. It's been a real pain. I'm just watching the level. Google, which we called out this break of the neckline last week at 168.72, came and went basically. So it had its move and then they got kind of faded. Now, basically, I would draw the anchored VWAP right here off the 200. So if they trigger the buy setup through 172.32, I think it's bullish. Okay. AMD technically not a Nasdaq general, but I'll include it here. I'll allow it. It looks like you got a date with Destiny around 132.50, 133. You're approaching oversold territory on the daily, and you got monthly 21 there around 138.27. So now it's not in the easiest place to trade in either direction, frankly. Meta, which looked fantastically bullish a few sessions ago, is now coming in to test this very important power pivot. It was an inside pivot at 562.08. If they can't hold that one, you're going to test the 50 quickly, and then you've got your prior top of value around 543, 543.90. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, and we'll be watching that very, very carefully. Then we've got NVIDIA. NVIDIA. The big news, of course, with NVIDIA is that it was added. I believe it was added to the Dow on Friday, right? That was the announcement. Is that correct? All right. Yeah. So, you got some sellers in the 140s. 139.70, 140. It's an area with a lot of sellers, in my opinion. In terms of the GEX, you've got a call wall at exactly 140 for the 11.8 expiration. Okay. So we could see a 10-point range this week for NVIDIA. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Should be interesting. So those are our NASDAQ generals. I guess I'll include Netflix, which is coiling beautifully here, and you've got a 4-bar play on the weekly in Netflix here through, what was this? This was 773. So that is the level to watch. 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So that's what it's looking like for the generals, guys. I'm going to go over my watch list here. TV, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire with some ideas. And TG, while you're at it, when in Rome, sir, please share TG, a wonderful swing trader and a buddy. All right. So, Docu, it's on the on deck list. Should be. Yeah, it's right here. I have Docu already. All right, let's go through the list. Starbucks, you guys are probably getting so sick of me talking about Starbucks, but look how tight this is getting, guys, for 99.50. Your inside bar breakout on the monthly, 99.42, okay? We're almost there. I like this trade. They had a lot of what I would consider not good news during the earnings call, and it just held up, okay? Got a little VCP here, type of action. I think this is going to crack 99.50 and go places. A short idea on NNN. It's a REIT, really came in into earnings here, and now you've got a potentially explosive inside bar breakdown through 43, 43.30. Okay. TSM. I know this doesn't look fantastic. We're missing an anchored view up here. But if this gets back over 196.70, I think it goes. Disney. I like Disney. I like this one. Watch the break on the monthly, okay, through 97.54. Nice little flagging type of action on the daily. And flat top breakout through 97.60 on the weekly. Looks good to me. VRT. Yeah. The only reason I added this one, guys, is if there's a catalyst this week and you get an outside bar reversal through 116.60, okay, this thing looks 116.41. It looks bloody fantastic if it catches some bears with their pants down. Figuratively speaking, of course. MNDY, you've got a buy setup on the daily through $300.89 and a doji sandwich on the weekly 306.80. I like it. Google, we talked about ISRG, still waiting for this thing to trigger, and now on the weekly you have a buy setup 517.50. Okay. CLOV, this is a cheapie. I don't trade these. Okay. But you're looking at a base, rounding bottom base breakout on the monthly, 471. Okay. Yeah, TSM does look intriguing. So, all right, flat top break on JPM to 26.64. Look how tight this is getting on the monthly, guys. Okay. Very nice. I like the way it looks. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. QFIN. No idea what these people do, what these rapscallions are up to, but through if you get a turnaround bar reversal through 35.02, this consolidation looks like it wants to go much higher. DocU already triggered the buy setup off the falling wedge snapback trade into the 21 on the daily. Okay, I think this has the potential for at least 83. That's your 50-month moving average. CBOE, again, I'm expecting, these are all very aggressive types of bullish formations on trending trades and active bases. 216.57, that's a monthly 4-bar play on CBOE. Not quite a high tight flag, but I think it's going to act like one if it goes. Peloton. What do I have Peloton on? No. You're in the wrong restaurant, sir. Amazon. We talked about General Motors. So the reason I have General Motors on is because I'd love to see. Here, let's profile this right here for you guys. Okay, so. General Motors, you have two areas of interest here. $50, which is the low of this igniting bar. It's an earnings play, a priorities play, and the 21. So if you get to $49.95, $50, this looks good for a shakeout bar type of buy setup off this falling wedge. So I'll be watching that. Tesla I have on because it's Tesla, so I'm going to be watching it. SoFi, you got a doji sandwich there on the weekly on SoFi through 11.50. TGTX, this one is not directly actionable now, okay, but I just love the strength of this base and how they just off of earnings they absolutely exploded higher. So I will be looking for an hourly base to start positioning along. And then Cube, this is, for a few months I was talking about the strength of the storage names, and you're coming back to a major area of support. So you had your bullish reaccumulation here around 46.50. I think you get a bounce off 46.50. So I'm watching that. Okay. So those are the names we're watching into this week of trading. I cannot stress enough, guys, how volatile this week could be. Okay. Let's see. TG says VIK. TG knows if he doesn't give me a couple of names, I'm gonna kick him out. Be like, finito, TG. Oh, see, that's what I pay you for, TG. Thank you, VIK. Don't worry, I'm not gonna kick anybody out. TG's a buddy of mine. I'm just messing around. VIK looks fantastic. Thank you. VIK, Shopify. Let's see. You're looking at that shakeout bar off the 200 on the weekly. You got a big overhead supply zone here at 84 bucks, man. I'll add it to the watch list. I was watching this one earlier. TWLO. I'm already long TWLO from last week. Off the earnings play. It looks great. This is very similar. Remember INSM? When we took it on the outside bar reversal after earnings? It's doing the same thing. This thing's going to 100 in my opinion. Fantastic company, by the way. Let's see what else TG likes. Mario Mike likes Nutanix. It's a really bullish consolidation here in Nutanix. I think this is trying to build an ascending triangle on the daily. My Mike, it doesn't. I don't know if this is ready to go yet, but it's certainly a very bullish disposition off this breakaway gap from October 29th. I see what you're saying. Looks good. November, yeah. Caterpillar's been so strong this whole year. From the beginning of the year, very, very strong. Yeah, in my opinion, this chart needs to consolidate. Do you only do stock or do you do options also? I do a variety of things. Options when they're appropriate, stock. Is it too late to get into VKTX? I don't think so. VKTX bounced off the 200, broke the pivot high anchored VWAP, and it's now holding the level and basing again. Okay, as long as this thing holds, I don't know, call it 67.50. Okay, you got about, I don't know, $5-6 worth of risk for $30 worth of upside. Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, I mean, this is one of the things I like to look for when you have a convergence of 200 simple moving average here, and you were basically bumping your head into the pivot high anchored VWAP here. Notice how this kind of looks like an ascending triangle. So it's finally broken through resistance and it's now support. So I'm looking for a secondary recumulative base here, and then on the weekly, potentially you get the outside bar reversal through the 2-week high at 81.04, and all of a sudden you're in the money and making a move into 98.60 or so. It looks great. It looks great, William. Jess, that's a good question. It would really depend on momentum and sentiment and volume. You know what I mean? It would be very contextual. Steve F says, what is Steve saying? Their data they just released makes them best in class. You're talking about Twilio, Steve? KTB. Yeah, where were you guys when KTB was at 63.60? Wow. Beautiful. Look at this move. This looks great. I would just look for more basing on the weekly before I go along this thing, but it looks great. Oh, VKTX. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna actually add it here to the. I'm adding CRM and VKTX. I added VIK. That was that TG who mentioned VIK. VIK looks fantastic. This one looks really good. I think that will, in large part, be determined by electoral results. I think the market is really concerned about another Donald Trump tariff war with China. Okay, I'm gonna have to really scan market search tonight. TG, I feel like I missed a bunch of really high relative strength names. If you want to send me your scan, that would be super helpful. Likely buyout candidate. If not, it will. Yeah, I don't know enough about the fundamentals of this company. Honestly, I really don't. That sounds like it makes sense. All right, guys, that is what I got. We will be back tomorrow at at around 9 a.m. for the pre-market watch list. This is for our open house attendees. Are there any questions before I go about the open house or this meeting or watch list? Let me know. I'm happy to answer a couple of questions here if you guys have any. Yes, I'll trader. FOMC is Thursday this week. Okay. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, guys, we will be seeing you guys tomorrow morning for the open. Have a fantastic evening, guys. Is there a new scraping tool included with the subscription? Yes, Alejandro. It's called JR. I will be your new scraping tool with a microphone. All right. Okay. Speaking of zombies, ever get the card? No, Daniel, I didn't get your card, bro. All right. Anyways, Brooklyn Yoda. Well, Idaho Yoda now. Okay. Good stuff. We will. Yeah, I'm sorry, Daniel. I looked for it everywhere. I haven't seen it. I will see you guys all in the morning. Have a very pleasant evening. Get some rest. It's going to be a wild week. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. FOMC weeks are difficult, okay? They're usually low volatility Monday and Tuesday. The X factor this week, okay, is we're going to have a lot of volatility, potentially more risk off plays and more hedging into the election on Tuesday, okay? So I don't think we're going to have a typical FOMC week. I think it's going to be very challenging. So it's going to be a good time to really exercise proper risk and money management and use caution, okay? Trade defensively. I will be recording this and uploading here for you guys shortly. Thank you all for attending, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.